Hello, I'm Emese, representing Intellisense for a quick demo to introduce our physics simulation software, Fizika. With Fizika, you can create scenes and experiments. Throughout playing and having fun, you can get familiar with physical phenomena such as gravity, elasticity, friction, and more. Fizika allows you to understand physics beyond theory in classic laboratory experiments. Besides playing with the extended customizable properties, you can analyze the processes with the live graphic solution in real time, as well as record everything for a later on analysis. And now, let me show you the software with its main features. After launching Fizika, here is a quick help guide to show you the labels of the buttons, but anyway the icons are really talkative, so we won't need it this time. By tapping on this pencil sign, I can start drawing objects right away. At the bottom of the screen you can select the shape. For example, I can draw a car. With the arrow I can move objects and also duplicate them. Of course I don't want it to fall apart, so I have to put this XL sign in each wheel, like that. Then let's draw a ramp for this, or a tower. Again, with this arrow you can rotate objects and then put it to the right place, and then let's duplicate this piece as well. It's also possible to draw some more fun objects like chains or a rope. Let's create a pendulum. For that I need a ball, and this here is auto joined, so if I select the rope and draw it, automatically one end will be connected to the background and the other end to the ball. By hitting the play button, everything comes to life. Okay, if I stop the simulation, there is a really interesting feature I can show. For that I need to select an object, and this vector sign belongs to forces. There are three options, one for gravity, one for the rest of the forces, and this third one is for the resultant. Let's turn on these two, and as you can see, it started to show what forces act on the car. If I hit the play button again, I can manipulate objects during the simulation, affecting the forces shown. This way, for example, you can observe what forces act during the process of a car rolling down a ramp. Alright, it's possible to make experiments where you want to compare something, like what happens in the different cases if you change some parameters. So let's get rid of the unnecessary objects. For that I zoom out a little bit, and I only need the car and the ramp, so the rest of the objects can be deleted, like that. If you select all items, you can duplicate them. And for this upper car, I draw a trail. Okay, of course then I have to fix this to the background so that it doesn't fall down. And just to be on the safe side, I do that for the ramps as well. If I start the simulation, as you can see, both cars act the same as they are identical. So let's go back to this point. What if I change the weight of the upper one? Well, the difference was clearly visible. There are some more parameters which you can try manipulating and see how they affect the experiment. Fizika allows you to track and measure different things during an experiment. In this case, it would be interesting to see the numerical difference in their velocity. For this, I need to put this graph sign on each car, like that, and choose Vx, which represents the velocity in the direction of the x-axis. And now let's see the experiment again. The graphs belonging to the cars are here on the side of the screen. Yeah, this is when the upper one fell down, and actually this is the numerical data I was looking for. It's also possible to load an already existing experiment. We have an online repository where you can find full lesson plans with descriptions and sample simulations. All these experiments were executed and analyzed by professors of the Science University of Budapest. All this is available on our website, and here is a direct link. If you don't have an account yet, you can easily register, and the good news is that all the resources are for free. On the side you can select the software. This time we need something for Fizika. Here are the lessons, and let's pick something, this one. So here is the description. As you can see, it explains what happens in the experiment. Then, using the appropriate physics formula, it shows different calculations using the data collected. At the top you can download the corresponding file and try it out yourself. Going back to Fizika, here on the side you can see this folder icon and then the folder icon again. Here are the thumbnails of the pre-made simulations, and this time let's see this coupled pendulum. As I mentioned, I can manipulate objects during simulation as well, and here you can see that it started to draw the curves beautifully. At the top there are these buttons with which you can save this as an image or as a CSV file, which can be loaded to any analyzing software. If you have a longer experiment, you can also change the scale. Now let's move on to something really fun. There are different scenes you can choose from. This one is just the basic, but there are two more. This one we call Fruitland, and this third one is a mysterious scene. The point is that in this world you can create more fun objects. For example, a pumpkin car with melon wheels, like that, or a ramp made of cheese. The same tools are available, so I can still connect objects like that. And this sign with an eye is very useful because if I put it on the pumpkin and start a simulation, as you can see, it follows the object. If you are working on a tablet, the software can use the device's acceleration sensor's data to change the conditions in the simulation. It means that if you turn the tablet like this, the objects are going to follow this new gravity situation. Alright, at last I'd like to show you some more advanced tools. For that, let's go back to the basic world and start from an empty template. If you tap the drawing sign again, you can see some objects which we haven't tried, for example this rocket. For that to use, I will need an object, so let's build a rocket. This will be the body, and this triangle should be the top of it, like that. Then of course I have to connect the two, and now I can put the rocket in it. If I start a simulation, nothing really happens, so I should change the force of the rocket. Yeah, now it flies away. Okay, if you need a constant speed, you have to use the motor sign. For this I quickly draw a car. This motor sign has to be put on the wheel as it ensures a rotating force in contrast with the rocket, which gave a lifting force. If I start the simulation, as you can see, it started to move, but it seems too slow, so let's change some parameters. If I change the sign of the speed, it changes direction. Of course, it wasn't a full-scale presentation of the software, but I hope it raised interest. So Fizika helps children understand physics with ease and experience it in a playful way. According to studies, children using Fizika can achieve 15% better results, so apart of having fun, there is an actual increase in their performance. For further information, or if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us.